Hello guys, and welcome back on What with Lautipus, where we are going to take a look at the light tanks. The last type of tank we had to cover in the series How to be Better Noob. I must apologize because you don't get as much content as it was before, but as I mentioned in the video previous week, I have my exam period and I have a lot of stuff to do, etc. So you will get more content in about 3 weeks. It will start full steam ahead, you know. I will do much more. So another issue, I must congratulate you, since we reached already 10 subscribers, and take note, one of them I don't know personally. And thank you for the last subscriber. I don't remember your name, but thank you, really. And we also achieved almost 24 hours of views. Around now we're about 23 hours and 40 minutes. But now let's go back to the game about light tanks. So, light tanks. They are also referred as scouts. They refer to scouts because they spot. They are the first usually to go to the front line, but you see some beginners that go in as scouts and they usually are the first one to die. This is not the proper way how you should play a scout. Yeah, scouts tend to be they are fast and maneuverable. Also, they have bigger view range, even though this is not the case in high tier games, because high tier medium tanks, heavy tanks, etc. also have got, they already reached the maximum view range, about 450, 443. I'm not sure about like that. The yellow line you can see. And then, as a scout, the only thing you have that you don't, it's your camo value. Because you have the same camo value while you are stationary and while you are moving. Okay, so you must also take note that in low tiers, you have a lot of light tanks, which are not scouts. You know, they are classified as light because of their weight. And actually, we should say that scouts are a subgenre, I mean not species, but you know, it's under light tanks, because for example you have in tier 4 the AMX-40, which is classified as a light tank, but it's not a scout. I mean, it's slow, okay, it's kinda armored, but you know, if you're spotting in that thing and you are not top tier, then something is probably wrong. Okay, but when you reach tier 5, when you have the Chaffee, the Chinese, no, the Chinese don't have it yet in tier 5. Here is the MXLC, etc. Then you are absolutely talking about scouts. So let's go forward, or I mean back to scouts. They don't have any armor at all. I mean, maybe some have some armor on the turrets, but they are not heavy tanks. Usually also their armor is weaker than the weakest on medium tanks, because if you want to be fast you have to give up on something, and this is armor. And since we are talking about armor and protection, unfortunately I bounced on that KV1, and yeah, sorry for the replay, it's not that entertaining, it's just that I don't have many scouts and I really don't like this map, playing as a scout. Also, they will change how scout will work. I mean, if you watched Jingles, I will give you a link below when they have a discussion with Wargaming, etc. because they actually changed the game in corridor fights. But let's stick to our topic. You will get the link in the video description. So, you must be very aware, protection. As a scout, as I mentioned, you have better camo value. About camo I will talk soon, hopefully next week. And you must exploit it, because your best protection, or your best friend I would say, it's not getting spotted. Because if they don't see you, they can shoot at you. Also, light tanks have the least hit points. Maybe only artillery has less than you, but you must be very careful what you do. Um, when we come to the guns, you have quite a varieties of them, from autoloaders to normal guns to derps. It really depends on the nation, but you should be... I mean, usually you don't have any problems firing at people from the side or rear, because you flank, you go behind them, but don't try to go one-to-one, head-to-head to heavy tanks, tank destroyers or something like that. Use your speed to flank them, to exploit your strong points and exploit their weaknesses. Slow traverse speed. On tank destroyers that they don't have turrets, you can just park by them and just turn around as they do. And yeah, as I mentioned, you have two types of scouting: active spotting. Active spotting and passive spotting. In active, you just drive around like I did before, as you saw, and you try to spot and you try not to get shot at, killed or whatever. And then you have passive scouting, when you usually just go to a bush. Sorry, something in the background. Hope you didn't hear it. Otherwise, I'm sorry. And in passive scouting, you usually park up yourself in a bush or behind some cover, and you spot for your enemy. But you must beware, because as a scout, you can make a big impact to the game. You know, you spot, you actually. You're like, how are they called? You know, when you have an orchestra and there's dirigent, or you know, the guys that's with the sticks in front, and he's like, now you start playing, now you, etc. But you must also take in consideration that sometimes the teams will not be as good as you wish. So, playing as a scout is very tricky, and I would recommend you that you start playing scouts maybe after 2,000 or 3,000 games, when you will know good about how the game develops, what you should do, etc. Because when you can see the whole picture, it's much easier, you know. So this is it for this episode, guys. Hope you enjoyed, and see you soon. Lautipus. And yeah, now I'm just gonna be killed, because you probably like it. So, okay. See you guys. Bye.